What's up everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about Visions of Mana, the newest entry in the Mana series that has a lot of great things going for it, but a few noticeable issues too. After putting in some serious time with the game, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, but let's break down exactly why. Let's start with the gameplay, which is a bit of a mixed bag. Visions of Mana offers a lot of flexibility with its upgrade system. You have multiple paths to customise your character, whether you want to focus on physical, magic or hybrid styles. The choice is yours. The variety is refreshing and adds depth to the game, but it doesn't quite cover up the fact that the combat system doesn't feel as polished as it should. Compared to Trials of Mana, the combat in Visions of Mana just feels a little lacking. In Trials of Mana, the inclusion of combo enders made a huge difference in how satisfying the battles felt to me. The combo enders are just those powerful attacks that you can unleash in the middle of a combo depending on when you press the button, and it just made it feel so much better. This system added depth and timing to combat, giving it a more fluid and dynamic feel. Visions of Mana doesn't offer that same depth. It's more straightforward, and as a result the combat can feel repetitive over time. You just don't get the same punchy, rewarding flow that Trials of Mana gives you. And while we're talking on gameplay mechanics, the class unlock system in Trials of Mana was another area where it really shined. In Trials, you had to earn your class changes through progressing in the game, and unlocking them felt like a meaningful milestone. You really felt like your characters were growing, but in Visions of Mana it's a little bit more simplistic. Sure, you still have to progress through the game, but once you get the elemental vessel, boom, you've got the class unlocked. The sense of progression is missing, and it just makes the system feel a little too easy. Now let's dive into the story, arguably one of the best parts of Vision of Mana. The game follows a young swordsman named Val, who is tasked with escorting a group of alms individuals chosen as sacrifices on a pilgrimage to the Mana Tree. The alms are crucial to renewing the flow of mana in the world, and the journey is filled with emotional highs and lows. As Val gets to know these characters, the story touches on themes of duty, sacrifice, and what it means to serve the greater good. Each of the alms has their own personal struggles and doubts, and as the group gets closer to their destination, the weight of the journey really starts to take a toll. There are moments in the game where the story really pulls on the heartstrings, and the twists keep you engaged throughout the entire pilgrimage. Without spoiling too much, the narrative is well enough paced, and plenty of character development and emotional depth that fans of the series will appreciate. The Mana series has always been known for its incredible music, and Visions of Mana is no exception. The soundtrack perfectly captures the mood of the game, whether you're in a peaceful village or in the heat of battle. The music enhances every moment, from the nostalgic tracks that feel like a callback to older games, to the epic new compositions. The sound design is a major highlight of the game. However, there are some technical issues with the sound too. The most noticeable problem being the lip syncing. At times when characters are talking, their mouths either don't move or don't match up with the dialogue, which can be a little jarring. This isn't a huge deal, but can take you out of the moment when the story is at its most intense. Visually, Visions of Mana looks fantastic. The environments are lush and beautifully designed, with vibrant colours that bring the world to life. Whether you're wandering through the dense forest, climbing snowy mountains, or exploring ancient ruins, there's always something gorgeous to look at. The character models are well done too, each one feels distinct and full of personality. Unfortunately, while the graphics are great, the performance takes a hit in certain moments. There are some major frame rate drops, especially during the chaotic moments, or when there's a lot happening on screen. These slowdowns can be pretty frustrating, especially in the middle of battle when you need everything to run smoothly. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it's noticeable. For a game This visually polished, it's a little disappointing to see the performance stumble like this. So to sum things up, Visions of Mana is a solid game that does a lot right. The story is engaging, the characters are well developed, and the music will absolutely stick with you long after you've finished. But the issues with combat, performance slowdowns, and the lackluster class unlock system held it back from reaching its full potential. Had the combat been more fluid, like Trials of Mana, and the technical hiccups smoothed out, this game could have easily gotten a higher score. But as it stands, I'm giving Visions of Mana 8 out of 10. Still worth your time, especially if you're a fan of the series, but be prepared for some bumps along the way. That's it for today's review. What did you think of Visions of Mana? Did you run into the same issues? Or what was your experience with the game? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more reviews. And I'll see you all next time. Bye now.